What's going on, everybody? I'm Trevor, and welcome back to another Over the Hump guitar lesson. You can see I came prepared with my Darkness Tour de France t-shirt and the blue jeans. And the beer of the day is Bo's Lugtread Lagered Ale. Today we are finally getting to actually playing the guitar. We're going to learn how to decipher tablature for our first two chords, and then we're going to learn the first of the modes, the Ionian Mode, more commonly known as the major scale. There are two common ways to represent chords and notes on the guitar. The first is the little picture of the end of the guitar with the little circles, X's, and dots. This is a perfectly valid way to show chord shapes, but it doesn't work so well for the melodies and riffs that you find in many songs, and that's why we're going to go with the second form of guitar notation, tablature. Tablature is a 6-line representation of each string on the guitar and the number of the fret that you should play. The top line with the little e is the highest string, the one furthest from your face, and the bottom line with the big E is the lowest string, the one closest to your face. A 0 means pluck the string without pushing down anywhere. Also called an open note. Any number means count the number of spaces up from the bottom and press between the two raised edges. This is called a fret. Numbers stacked vertically are played simultaneously, and numbers stacked horizontally are played one after another. You can see here we have 2 zeros and 2 3s. That's going to be played like go ahead and pause and try this on your own. Now we're going to use tab to show you how to play the first chord, G major. Here we have the 3rd fret on the low E string, and we're going to use our middle finger to push down between the two raised lines. Then we need the 2nd fret on the A string, and we're going to use our 1st finger, just like this. Now what I want you to do is pluck the bottom 2 strings alternatively like I just did, and you should be able to hear 2 clear notes. You want to make sure that your fingers are not touching anywhere but the fret and string on the tab. Now we're going to add our 3rd finger on the high E string on the 3rd fret. Then when we play all the notes, we should have a nice clean chord. What I want you to do is go back through. I want you to play each string starting closest to your face, and you want to hear a nice clean note. If you don't hear a clean note, that means one of your fingers is touching a string that it shouldn't, and it's coming across muted. For example, you can hear those 2 strings didn't make a sound. So look over there, make sure you're not touching, and oh, I still had a problem. So look over there, make sure you're not touching anywhere you shouldn't, and you should have a nice clean chord. If you don't worry about it. This takes some hand strength, which we're going to build with practice. The second chord we're going to learn is E minor. You can see that we need the 2nd fret pressed on the A string and the 2nd fret pressed on the D string. And you'll find that it's impossible to now press both in the exact middle. So put your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, here, a little closer to the line, and then put your 3rd finger on the 2nd fret on the D string in the remaining space. All you want to make sure is that you're pressing down the string between the raised bumps and not on them. And this chord sounds like a little more ominous. So once again, play each string and listen that they're ringing out clearly. If not, check that you're not touching another string. Now that you've got both these chords under your belt, I'm going to add a metronome, and we're going to play one chord, then the other, for 4 beats each. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't worry if you can't quite do this yet. What I want you to do after you're done watching this video is practice cleaning up and speeding up the transition between these 2 chords. Now let's move on to learning our first scale. There is an interlocking system called modes that allow us to create a map of available notes in any given key on the guitar. Sounds complicated, and it is! But lucky for you, we're going to start with just one, the Ionian Mode, also known as the major scale. It sounds something like... Once we pick a position on the neck, what we're concerned about here is not the number of the fret like when we're using tablature, but the number of the finger we're going to use. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to take your 4 fingers and place them on 4 consecutive frets. You're going to center your 2nd finger over the 3rd fret. You should be able to cover all 6 strings. Just like this. What we're going to do is follow a set of numbers that correspond to the notes you need to play on each string. So here we go. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1, 2. So when we're playing these notes, we're going to use all downstrokes, which just means we're only plucking the string downwards instead of down and up. So practice that by pausing right now while these number combinations are still displayed on the screen. If you feel adventurous, come back down from the top. So 2, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 1, 4, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2. Good luck. So there you have it. Now you know 2 chords and 1 scale. And if you've learned something today and you enjoy my method of teaching, please like and subscribe. And if you're a total beginner, gotta remember, it's been a long time since I learned. So if anything is unclear to you from this lesson, please leave a comment below so that I can address it in the next video. We're gonna learn many more chords, many more scales. Then we'll learn how to do some different techniques. I'm looking forward to doing lots more of this kind of content for you. I hope that you are too. And I'm going to get you over the hump.